Yo, good morning everyone. My name is Hector and welcome to the channel. Tell me you heard this before. This is my year. This is the year I'm going to achieve what I set out for myself. I've been there and I've succeeded many times and I've failed many times. I understand that struggle and that's something I want to hold myself accountable on now, moving forward. And that's why I started this channel. So this channel is a vlog of my life and my journey. Today is June 8th, 2025, Sunday, typically my rest day. But I've been at this since 2023. Now in 2023 is when I weighed in at 407 pounds, which is the highest I've ever been. 2023 is when I turned 30, and I made a promise to myself that this will be a new decade. This will be a decade I take care of myself. This is the decade where I finally do what I set out to do. I was not consistent. I was not consistent enough to do what I wanted to do. And while I did lose weight, I went from 407 to 360, 370 by the following year. I felt like I could do more because I know I was inconsistent. I didn't have a strict diet, or I didn't have just the structure of a lifestyle that I wanted. I would go to the gym maybe once a week, twice a week, then once I would skip the week. So I know I was not consistent, but I lost the weight because I was still active. When 2024 ran around, yes, I did lose weight and I had some progression, but I needed more. Like, I felt like I was not doing myself service. So what really kicked me into overdrive and really set my mind focused in the path was when I had a health scare, which is not even related to my weight. I had cracked my tooth playing basketball, but I ignored it. Long story short, ignored it. After some time, it got infected, got into my blood, and I got hospitalized. But that's how I realized like life is so precious, because I was not doing too well. So when I got out of that situation, I really set my sight on getting myself right. So I started going to the gym 5 times a week, meal prepping, and I was 100% consistent and dedicated to myself. So all of 2024, I really set out to do what I said. And going from 370, 360, I'm currently now 280, 285. Today's weigh-in day, so you're going to see us weigh in and get a marker check of where we at. But ever since my 31st birthday, I've been all gas and no brakes when it comes to this journey of mine. Now, I originally was powerlifting because I enjoyed trying to hit PR after PR, but my body was feeling that kind of pressure. So a few months ago, I got promoted and moved to New York. So this is where we are, New York. So that's why you don't see much stuff around, because we're in the process of moving. But I was the first one to move up to New York. And while I was working out, I went to go do cardio, and I suffered a major knee injury. I actually ruptured my left patellar tendon. So that had to fast forward a lot of our plans because I had to go under the knife. So Michelle moved because we came from Charlotte, North Carolina. She's originally from there. I'm originally from Jersey. But from my job, they've moved me up and down, but I'm back home. And she had to move her plans forward, so we didn't have enough time to prep fully for the move. So right now we are pretty much starting from ground zero, as this is day zero. And this is the journey, this is the journey of us building our life here in New York. This is my journey going from 407 to stage. That's my goal, because my coach, She's an IFBB pro. She informed me of a better path than powerlifting, because bodybuilding um, is easier on the body, and you're gonna overall feel more healthier compared to powerlifting. So my path and my journey and my obsession now is bodybuilding, and I fell in love with the sport. Over the last year and a half or so, a lot of the research I've been doing on YouTube and everything else is a lot of the influencers and coaches and trainers I've watched were bodybuilders, either IFBB pro or just really good at their craft. And bodybuilding to me is a beautiful sport. It's an individual sport. In high school, football, wrestling, and track was my thing, but wrestling was really where I fell in love with the sport, because it's an individual sport. It's all on you to succeed. So for me, that was appealing. And not only that, the overall quality of life that provides is something I'm looking for. So that's my journey, and that's our journey, moving here to New York, um, starting from ground zero. You're going to see us unfold as we furnish the apartment, create memories, and also while I'm pushing for my bodybuilding dreams. My goal is to step on stage 2026, and I'm motivated and driven to do that. But the last two months has been dealing with this injury. So let's talk about the injury. This right here is an immobilizer brace. And for those who are fortunate enough to never wear one, these suck. And those who are unfortunately aware of what this is know how severe of a knee injury I had. I completely ruptured my left patellar tendon when I was doing my cardio after a gym session. So I worked out. I typically work out an hour to 2 hours, depending on the day and what I'm doing. But that day I was working upper body, and I did an hour cardio. So I went to the basketball court, and everything was working well. I did an hour cardio, doing my drills, doing some shoot around, and I literally was working on my last drill. Went to the half court like I was normally doing. Did a couple dribble moves, cut baseline, and pretty much once I was about to hit the layup, slipped. My knee went backwards and popped. That's when I ruptured it. I tried to get up, and that's when I noticed my leg was dangling. I could feel my toes, so I was like, okay, well, at least that's good. But I could not functionally move my leg. So that's when I had to call for the ambulance, because Michelle was still in Charlotte finishing the move for us while I came here to work. So I went to the hospital. They confirmed what it was, but they wanted me to see the specialist. So when I saw the specialist, he confirmed it was a complete rupture of my patellar tendon and need to go under the knife, which will be my first time going under the knife. So I ruptured it on April 4th, had surgery on April 16th of 2025, and today again is June 8th. So my recovery has been going exceptionally well, as I'm still able to now functionally work without my brace, without my crutches. So this to me is now out of my life. But this injury has been humbling, has been an experience, and I would never wish this on anybody, but it is something that teaches you a lot of yourself. And I couldn't have done any of this without the love of my life, Michelle. I love you. Um, she has been my rock and held me down and done everything possible to make sure my recovery as smooth as possible. And that's why only 50 days post-op, I'm able to walk without my brace and without the crutches and comfortably do things with my knee. Now, I'm still work in progress. I still cannot put weight on it, like heavy weight. We're doing in physical therapy a lot of movement training now, but squatting and deadlifting and all those things I can't do just yet, because I'm just able to flex the knee out just barely. I'm not able to fully flex my knee out, so I'm about maybe 110 degrees, I think she said, of flexion. But that's going to be over time. but I'm able to comfortably work out. I'm able to comfortably do things now. I'm able to walk my dog now. I'm able to help around the house now. So it's essentially going really well. So follow along this journey as I continue recovery. You'll see physical therapy clips throughout the weeks, of course, and you're gonna see my recovery process at home, and you're gonna see my progress in my journey of cutting down. Again, I'm 280 now. I'm gonna go check in weight now, but you're gonna see my journey of getting on stage. And again, my ideal time frame is next year, but whenever I set my mind to it and I have the support like Michelle and my friends and my family, I don't really see why I would fail, because at this point I've been at it for a year and a half and nothing has stopped me since, and I've had all the momentum and a lot of wins and barely any losses on that journey. So I'm gonna keep that momentum going. I'm not gonna let this injury hinder me, and I'm gonna do what I want to do, and that is set out and become a bodybuilder. So follow along. All right. So like I said, we're on our journey. We're holding ourselves accountable. So this is gonna be a honest and true depiction of our weight, our journey, and all the struggles that come with it. But we are 100% committed to ourselves, right?
Absolutely.
All right, so this is gonna be Michelle first. So it loads into her profile. This is a smart weight, so that way we can record it on our phone. So I'm gonna show her stepping on scale first. 216. There you go. All right, so what, a month ago you were what, 225?
Yeah.
Around that. So you're doing good, doing really good. Now it's my turn.
I lost a pound. Well, no, a little bit less, right?
We'll check that. We'll check that and see. But I think it's like a pound or two. All right, my turn. All right, there you see it. 297 for me. A little bit more than I thought, but this is my first weigh-in since pretty much injury, where I was 280, 285. To be expected, being bedridden, not active at all for almost 2 months. But it's all right. I'm not gonna beat myself up. It's a journey. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. Things happen. It's up and down. But I'm fully committed to this, and we're gonna get back on track now, because tomorrow is the first day back in the gym, working out with Maddie. So shout out Maddie, my coach. So today we're gonna enjoy. I'm not gonna diverge too much from the diet. I'll maybe eat one or two things small. We'll share it so that way we can split it. But I'm also gonna take you guys along the journey of how I eat, my meal prep plans, and all that. So now I'm gonna go get ready for the parade, and we'll see you there. All right, all showered up, ready to go. Just waiting on my girl, taking forever. But we ready to head out to the PR parade. And it's gonna be a good time. So I'm gonna take you guys along. So I don't know if this is gonna pick up or not because it is quite loud, but it has been an amazing time so far. We're just taking a pit stop right now. Baby, how's your first experience?
It was quite the experience.
It's been pretty dope, but we're gonna keep going after this quick break. Got a cup of water and whatnot. Bro.
That was funny. Alright.
Alright, we're pretty much done. It's about to be 3 o'clock. My leg is tapped out. I'm tapped out. But it was a great time. I got mad footage. How was your time?
It was amazing.
It was amazing. Alright, I'm going to fuck home. Alright. Oh, we just made it home. Was there for almost 5 some hours. I'm cooked. We hit 18,132 steps. And how many days post-op? 50 days post-op. 8 miles I just did today. Then yesterday we did just about the same. I'm cooked. I'm done. You can call me Sean O'Malley. I'm tapping out today. Right, Bella? My girl missed me. All right. So I pretty much passed out shortly after we got home. But my lovely girl made us a great dinner. So I'm going to put all the macros right here, so that way you guys could see what I eat in a day. So I typically, when I was training 2 months ago, I maintained about a 2,000, I average around 1,900 to 2,000 calories a day to maintain a calorie deficit. And then my coach decided to get me on 250 grams of protein a day, under 100 grams of fat, and around 100 to 150 grams of carb, so that way we can maintain a calorie deficit, maintain enough protein to build muscle. We're essentially on a body recomposition program, full body, so that's the type of style she trains me in. So I typically work out with her 3 times a week, and then I work out 2 times a week by myself. And those 2 times a week that I work out by myself, I do a push and a pull. She kills me with my legs, so I do not work out legs on my own. Now, obviously, my injury legs are going to be a little bit different, but we'll see, because tomorrow is my first day back with Maddie since the injury. So we'll see how we have to modify everything, but I'm excited. I'm finally excited to go back into my main gym. I've been using the complex gym the last week and a half, and while I never make excuses as to what limitations the gym I'm in has because of the equipment, you can still get a good workout in. And that's what I've been doing the last week and a half, is reintroducing my body to the working out and the weights. So that way, when I go back to the gym and really start my program up again, it doesn't feel as hard. So yeah, that's the macros in a day for me. So I aim for around 250 grams of protein, 1 to 150 grams of carb. Now I typically do 150 on a day I'm working out. And then, so that's usually like Monday through Saturday sometimes. Sometimes I work out on Saturday, sometimes I take off, but Sunday is dedicated to a rest day. And on rest days, so either Saturday and definitely on Sunday, I usually do 100 grams of carb, since I'm not working out. But that's typically my diet. But since my injury and recovery, I did limit how much I was consuming since I was bedridden. And like I said, this account is for accountability and honesty and transparency for me, because this is something to hold myself accountable. Was I fully committed to my diet in those 2 months? No, I was not. Did I cheat? Yes. The reason why I blew up to 407 was because, and a lot of times I felt myself depressed and anything else, I always sort it out to food. I'm an emotional eater, which is what I found over the years. So that's something I battled the last 2 months, because I found I had tendencies of eating when I don't have anything to do, or if I feel sorry for myself, or if I'm angry, or whatever the case may be. So I know I'm making a good amount of progress, because I've only handful times cheated during this injury, which I'll take that as a win. But this is a marathon, like I said. This is something we're going to take time. We're going to have incremental gains, small victories, so that way it amasses to a larger victory next year. So we're going to keep at it. I always have a Coke Zero at least once a day, just to get the sweet tooth out, just to make sure I don't diverge into anything else that I'm not supposed to be consuming. So I always take at least one a day, which is good. So I'm gonna finish watching the finals. I already got Bella tucked in right there, and then pretty much go to bed. So I'll see y'all tomorrow. Thank you for watching if you're here. But more importantly, just stay consistent, all gas and no brakes, right? All right, have a good night. Thank you for watching. If you would like to watch last week's video, the link will be to the right. If you'd like to follow the socials, Instagram and TikTok will be below. And don't forget to subscribe. And remember, all gas and no brakes.